What's up, everyone? Y'all know what it is. It's Tuesday night, 8 o'clock sharp. The divisional round is set. The teams are in, and now we get a chance to break some stuff down. Got a special guest coming on with me to break it all down. And I want to know that if your favorite team loses, what will you do? Will you cry like the Cowboy fans? Or is crying too much as a fan? I'm gonna ask my brother and see what he got to say, man. We're gonna get right into it. Let's go.
We lock and load, Alan Paris. It's the Alan Paris Show. Yeah. Where we lock and load. Come on. It's the Alan Paris Show. Yeah. Where we lock and load. Come on. It's the Alan Paris Show. Yeah. Where we lock and load. It's the Alan Paris Show. Yeah. Where we lock and load. Come on.
We are back at it Tuesday night, and the divisional round is set. Y'all make sure y'all comment, share, all that good stuff. Go come with the comments. I see my man James Moore, shut up 49ers gang, go to state gang. You know what? I did not know you was a 49ers fan. Let me find out that you coming out the woodworks with some stuff. But listen, if you comment, you got some good comments, you're gonna hear that sound as a sign of a good comment. If your comment is whack, you will get the gunshot. That's what you get. That's what you get. So come with the hot takes and your good comments. And James Moore, enough said. No, it's not enough said, my brother. First you was a Carolina Panthers fan. Now all of a sudden you're a 49ers fan. I don't know what's going on right now, man. You might have some explaining to do. But without further ado, let me bring one of the biggest fans of the Kansas City Chiefs that I've ever met, and he's gonna come and tell me how he feel about this game coming up and about some other things. Mr. KC, what's going on?
What's up with it, bro? What's the deal, man? Thanks for having me, man. It's always a pleasure, man, being on. You did.
Man, it's always good to have you. Always bring the energy. You're gonna bring some laughter for me. I know you bring it all. So it was some other guys were supposed to come, but they weren't able to make it. But I was able to get you, so that works.
Right.
The teams are set, and you text me earlier. You said you got some payback on your mind for a lot of teams.
It's big payback.
What is all this payback stuff about?
Well, early on, you know what I'm saying, Kansas City was broke. We was 3-4. They was counting us out. You know what I'm saying? They ain't going nowhere. Now look at them. You know what I'm saying? We lost to Tennessee. We lost to Buffalo. We lost to Cincinnati. So all them teams is left, and it's payback, baby. You know what I'm saying? Pittsburgh beat us a couple years ago. You know what I'm saying? Without scoring a touchdown, so we had to give them some work. And everybody else that's left is you know what I'm saying? They have to get this work, man. It's payback. Hey, I would say do it now. You know what I'm saying? They do it now, they earned it. You know what I'm saying? Do it now. Because earlier when Buffalo beat us, we didn't have all the ain't no excuses, but we didn't have all our defenders there. So we're gonna see this time.
James Moore said, check my Facebook. Been down with both. I'm a Cam Newton fan, not a Panthers fan. He says, how long have you been a KC fan?
Man, we can call my mama right now on three-way, man. She'll send a picture of me in the Kansas City onesie, you hear me? So you can just go ahead and say that, baby, ever since I was wearing onesie, you dig? This ain't just because of, you know what I'm saying, just because they've been winning right now. I've been a Chiefs fan. I've been through all them. I've been cried already. You know what I'm saying? I've already cried after a loss. So if they lose this weekend, I ain't going to cry this time because I done felt the success of going all the way deep and, watching my team win a Super Bowl. But I'll be disappointed and be hurt, but I ain't gonna cry. Not on this one.
Well, before I get to that, I got a list of games. I'm gonna save your game for last, but I do have some questions about these other games. I know you're not as focused on the other games, but I know you do have.
I'm highly focused. I watch them all.
Okay, James Moore. Time to fact check this guy. Bear suck, man. Listen.
Man,
watch him out.
Check, man. Hey man, call her right now, man.
He a troll. He a troll, man. Don't pay attention to him, man. He just go ahead and talk crazy.
Hey man, inbox me, man. We call my mama together. You did? Who we talking to, man?
Hey, I want to ask you. So let's talk about this game first, because whoever win this game will play. I'm presuming you saying your Chiefs is gonna win. So whoever wins this game will play your Chiefs. But this is the question I gotta ask you: which team? And I know you probably don't care which team it is, but if you had a least favorite to play, which team would that be? What is a worse matchup for the Chiefs?
Mm, I mean, everybody would go with either one because they both beat us here recently. In the regular season. So um, if I had to go with like betting with my heart, I would take the Bengals to win. That way, Kansas City could host the championship game at home. I'd rather be at home. In the championship game. Now, if Tennessee win, that's cool. We get to go down to Tennessee and give them that work and go to the Super Bowl. That's just plain and simple. So
That
both
makes
of, like I said, both of them on the hit list. It's only gonna be one of them. So either one is gonna get to work.
that makes sense. I didn't even think about the home field part. I'm so used to Kansas City having number one seed all the time. I forgot that Tennessee
Yeah,
actually having number one seed.
it can still happen. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, but that's just bet with my heart. I think the Titans will win. But hey, and they come on first. They're like the first AFC team I think is on Saturday. So yeah, we definitely Chiefs fans, we definitely gonna be tuned into that.
So you said you're picking the Titans, and I think Derrick Henry supposed to be coming back for that game, and that's a big deal as well.
Hmm.
So let's see,
And I think the
Bengals.
Bengals had a lot of injuries suffered last week against the Raiders. I think they kind of missing some defensive linemen, and that's not a good sign going against the Tennessee running game. I tell you that.
Big facts, big facts, big facts. So you will rather face Bengals so you can get home field advantage, but you picking the Titans to win the game.
Yeah, I'm not. We not shying away from either one. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, they both back on the hit list, baby.
Right, 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 right. So that's the first game, and then I want to get to the Rams Bucks, because I think
Mm.
this is an interesting game as well. And we seen what that pass rush of the Rams can do. What they did to Kyler Murray, and Tom Brady's a statue. He ain't got no wheels like Kyler Murray. So
Mhm.
this can be an interesting game, but the Bucks are tough at home. Just your quick analysis of Rams Bucks.
Well, I mean, man, it's Brady. I don't care if he ain't, mobile like him. He's not about to stand there and then just hold on to the ball. He's gonna get that thing out. He's gonna hit his receivers. Um, but if they missing their left tackle, shoot, that could be real trouble because Von Miller has been known to get on Brady, rear end. So, I don't know. I think LA's on the mission. I like to see LA beat them, but it's still Brady, man. Because if they can't run the ball, I think putting it in Stafford's hands, that's asking a lot.
Right, right. And it's hard to bet against Brady, man. It's hard to bet
Hmm.
against Brady. It's
Yeah,
hard to bet
I
him.
won't be surprised if Tampa win. I won't be like, oh man, I'm like, hey, it is what it is.
And to be honest, who do you trust more? You trust Brady or you trust Stafford? You know
Oh,
what I'm
I
saying?
definitely trust Brady. What I'm saying?
Right.
I know exactly what I'm gonna get. It's like a lot has to go right for Stafford, for me to get it off. Like last week, Arizona couldn't get anything going on, so they got the ball and he was just efficient with the ball. He didn't have to do too much. But next week, if they can't run the ball, man, he might have to put it in the air. And I don't know if I trust Stafford on the road like that.
Listen. Stafford is definitely suspect, man. He finally got his first playoff win, and it's gonna be interesting to see who win that game. James Moore, I trust the Rams coach over the Bucks coach. Hey,
That's
you know what? I think I
I
could
mean, that's
agree
a
with
good
that.
analysis.
I can
Yeah.
think I can agree with it, but I think the fact that Tom Brady's on the field, that's like an extra coach, and that's where the divide comes in at. Because Stafford is
Hmm.
not an extra coach, but that's a good point, James Moore. Let me give you a hand clap for that one, brother. Because McVay, I do trust McVay over Bruce Arians. I think Bruce Arians is just a standing coach, but Tom Brady is really the one running that squad. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
So that's the second game. We're not gonna be with y'all long, man. We're gonna run through these games and we're gonna get to that Kansas City game because that's the one that I want to get to. But first, before we get to that, we're gonna get to this 49ers Packers game. We seen the 49ers upset Dallas, even though a lot of people picked the 49ers, which I did as well.
Man, that
They
was crazy.
yeah, yeah.
I mean, nobody. I mean, I'm talking about some just guys from the grocery store. You know, if you just walk by, just like, hey, boy, who you got tonight? Man, ain't nobody say Cowboys. And I was like, I'm not saying I'm a Cowboy fan or I rooting for them, but it was just crazy. Like nobody gave them a shot, and I guess they proved everybody wrong. I mean, I guess they proved everybody right. Shoot, they couldn't get it done.
Yeah, 49ers, Packers, they have a history,
mm,
man. The 49ers done
yeah.
whooped on the Packers the last like 3 years in the playoffs.
Man,
Who did,
man, it's
who,
like I kind of like both these teams. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I'll be looking at it, you know, as just a true fan. You know, just a football. Like I don't have any, you know, loyalty towards either one. You know, like I'm rooting for these. But if I just had to put my money on it, I would take Green Bay at home.
right, right. I
But
agree.
man, but the 49ers, you know, people forget they was just in the Super Bowl, you know, a couple years ago against, you know, yours truly. You know what I'm saying? They took that L, but they was, you know, they right back, you know, trying to get back there again, and they got some horses to do it.
The
But if they
thing I
can run,
think,
if they can run the ball on you, and you know, can like dictate the game, you know,
Black
keep Aaron Rodgers off the field, it might be trouble for them.
Black Butterfly Pod says Buck versus Bengal. I think he's picking his Super Bowl. That's who he's choosing for the Super Bowl. Um,
I mean, the Bengals have just been, you know, been a sexy pick here lately. You know what I'm
true.
saying? They just, you know, but I don't think they, to be honest, I don't think they ready. You know what I'm saying? Like this will get them ready. You know what I'm saying, for the future. Just kind of like I felt like with like the Cowboys. The Cowboys are just kind of young. They had all the talent, but they not seasoned. You know, so all these other teams are seasoned. They primed and ready. The 49ers, the Packers, the Chiefs, even the Bills. Like last year, they got all the way to the conference championship game, so they know, you know, what it takes. The Bucks, them teams are seasoned. The Rams, you know, what I'm saying the Rams got a little season on them. You know, they was in the Super Bowl a few years ago too. So,
Right. Yeah.
but yeah, I just want to see a good game. But if I just had to pick, I would take the Packers at home.
Eugene Russell Bengals got that firepower to take KC out.
I mean, yeah,
Listen,
they did it before. They did it before. All I'm saying is like I don't just come at people like that. I just say, hey, that was regular season. You had to do what you had to do to get it done. Now this is where you really get money. This is where your name gets etched in the books, the record books right here. You know what I'm saying? So this is where you make your way. You can do all that talking, but you got to make it happen. So
regular
we're gonna see.
season,
But don't worry about Kansas City. They got to beat the Titans first. Don't worry about Kansas City.
I agree with you though. Regular season and playoffs is two different animals. You know, Cincinnati had more to prove in that regular season than Kansas City. They trying to prove that they here, they arrived, all this stuff. Kansas City been there, done that. You know, I think it meant more to the Bengals. But back to the 49ers Packers. You say you picking the Packers this time.
I mean, I said if you had to make me pick, I'm picking the Packers. But I mean, I don't want to be like, you know what I'm saying? If the 49ers win, I won't be surprised either way.
Yeah, I'm gonna make my picks probably that day, but I will say this: 49ers have to play the perfect game. The game that Garoppolo just played in Dallas, he can't play in Green Bay. He can't play that way. He's gonna have to make more play. He's gonna have to score more. Aaron Rodgers is not Dak Prescott,
Mm-hmm.
and they have a better running game, all of that stuff. So he's gonna have to play better, which I think they can do. But this is not the same 49ers team that's been whooping on them the last couple of years. Speaking of coaching, though, we talked about McVay and Bruce Arians. I will pick Mike Shanahan over LaFleur, in my
Mm,
opinion. You know what I
mm,
mean? When it comes to coaching. But once again, Aaron Rodgers is like another coach on the field as well. The audibles and the checks that he make at the line is different. And Garoppolo don't do that. They try to take the ball out of his hands. You know,
mm-hmm.
they don't want him to do too much. But I will pick Mike Shanahan coaching wise over Matt LaFleur. But I'm gonna make my picks probably Saturday, the day of the game, and
Okay.
after I do my research and all of
Yeah,
that
yeah.
stuff.
If I do any betting on that, I'm definitely doing like some player props. I ain't gonna
You ain't
take the
gonna mess with
winner.
the game. So you're
Nah, I
not
ain't gonna take the
completely
winner.
sold that Green Bay gonna win that game.
Mm-mm. Nah, I just yes,
Eugene Russell says Bosa has to play. If he don't
yes.
play, they have no chance. That's a great point. He got injured that last game, and I think he had a concussion. So we'll see how that go. I would think that he's
Oh
gonna
yeah, I
play.
forgot about that.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, that's
I
gonna be huge.
I think they're gonna try to push him through and get him to play. But that's a big deal if he can't play. Kyle, they physical up front. They definitely physical up front. Man, I think, and we got to think like Green Bay should be getting some players back too, like Bakhtiari, they left tackle, and I think or was
Uh-huh.
it Zadarius Smith, the defensive end. So they have some players coming back as well. I gotta believe that Aaron Rodgers is like, listen, I'm not about to keep losing to these dudes, man. Straight up, he lost these like three
Right.
straight times. He done lost to them. All right, let's get to the elephant in the room, man, because I think this is going to be the most competitive game out of all the games.
Oh, you want to say? I ain't taking my hat off. Say hey, Al.
Little KC, what's going on?
They in the building.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I think this Bills Chiefs game is going to be the most competitive one because Bills, as we've seen, they just put up 47 against a good Patriots defense. And if we all being honest, KC has had some ups and downs with their defense. Sometimes they had a stretch where they was rolling, and sometimes they get points put on them. Are you scared about this game, or are you scared about the Bills being able to put up points with you?
I mean, not really scared, but just it's just Josh Allen, man. I got to give credit when it's due, man. That boy a dog because he can escape the pocket. He's big, he's physical, he can run. You know what I'm saying? Then he can throw that thing. He got a cannon, so any ain't no throw that he can't make. So you know what I'm saying? We seen that the last. You know what I'm saying? We think that we seen that the last game. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, we was missing a starting corner. We was missing two linebackers. We was missing Chris Jones. We didn't have Frank Clark at that time. So you know, we just gotta get there and see, you know what I'm saying? Bills is another one of them sexy picks, you know what I'm saying? But they hadn't done it. They still trying to get there, and who's in front of them again to get to where they got to go is Kansas City. So until you can beat the Chiefs, you can do all that talking, but until you advance, we're gonna have to see. I think the defense, what I'm saying, contained him a lot better this time. You know what I'm saying? But we had like four turnovers. You're not gonna win any game when you have four turnovers again in this league. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? A pick six. The offense was evolving. Everybody's playing too high shell, so we still was kind of trying to push the ball down the field, and that wasn't working. So they evolved. So I got to give a lot of credit to Andy Reid and Mahomes by being patient and just taking what the defense is giving you. Now you seen the other night they want to come up, and we can still go over the top on you. You want to play back, we can dink and dunk and go 15 plays, 10 plays, whatever you want. But the Bills can do the same thing. So this is a interesting matchup. So they beat us in the regular season, like I said. So this is they next on the list, man. Payback. They say payback's a mother, so we're trying to cash in.
So I had a question, man. I asked the question that we seen that the Cowboys lose to the 49ers, and we seen some of their fans look just distraught, and we actually
Oh
seen
yeah.
some tears. Uh,
Yeah, it was ugly.
listen,
it
this girl
was
got to
ugly.
console him. It's
Hey,
supposed to be the other
hey,
way
he
around.
probably bet the mortgage. You know what I'm saying? Because I mean, they Cowboys is going to the Super Bowl. That's every year. Cowboy fans are passionate. You know what I'm saying? They putting it all out there. Stuff. Hold on, my earpiece. Can you hear me still, Al?
Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you.
Okay,
It
my
went out
earpiece
for a
just
second, but
died.
I can hear you. Yeah,
Yeah.
I can still hear you.
So yeah, I definitely peeped them out. You know what I'm saying? They probably put a lot. They probably put a lot of their lunch money up, man, and they got took.
Yeah. So my question is, and you answered it earlier, but I want to get more in depth. If somehow the Bills do beat the Chiefs, and probably not even at this game, but have you ever cried for your favorite team not winning? Have you ever done
Yeah,
that?
boy. Hey, boy, I've been to the Indianapolis game. You know what I'm saying? I was at all the playoff games at home, boy. We took some hard L's, boy. You talking about tears, boy. Yes, I was crying, boy. And I was crying to see my, you know what I'm saying? I never got everybody like, oh, the Chiefs ain't won in so long. So you heard all that over the years. The Chiefs ain't nothing. So I finally was at the game to see my team go to the Super Bowl and then win that thing. So I'm satisfied as a fan. So will I cry? Nah, but I'll be kind of sad though. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I ain't gonna shed no tears on this
So when you did cry, about how old were you when this happened?
one. I don't know, man. That 2003, man, that did it, man. The coach, because you know what I'm saying, we had a good squad, but we didn't have no defense, man. And Peyton Manning lit us up, boy. I was boohooing, boy. I was throwing stuff on the field, boy. Man, it was crazy. He was
Oh,
going ham. So yeah, I definitely, but I wasn't boohooing like I lost somebody, but I
yeah.
definitely was like, man, that ain't right, man. We should have had there, man.
Eugene Russell
You
says, "Are
know
you a
what I'm
real fan? Respect." So I'm thinking I was doing the math. That's probably about 20 years ago, and now that you was probably what around 18ish, something like that, with 20.
saying? Yeah, I was probably right there about 2021, something like that. Probably three, yeah.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
because
you
I,
a
I
real
actually
fan.
yeah, I actually started working at Ford in 2003. So that was I was actually 19.
19. Okay, you were still a
Hmm.
teenager, man. You know that's and you
Hmm.
say you a real fan, man. I appreciate the honesty though, man. A lot of
Oh
guys
yeah.
will act like they can't say they cried, man. You know,
'Cause,
like
hey boy,
they
hey boy, hey boy, hey, I was watching ESPN all night. I could barely get any sleep. You know what I'm saying?
right, right.
I was up early. Yeah, yeah. We kicked it though. So I've been to a lot of playoff games. So like, them took a lot of L's to these teams. That's why I said, man, payback. Tennessee came into Kansas City and beat us with Mariota. Pittsburgh beat us. So, kicking what 5, 6 field goals a few years ago. All them was with Alex Smith though. But then now Pat came along. Only people to beat Pat has been Brady. So I ain't trying to hear none of that.
All
You know what
right,
I'm saying? Like,
well, let me ask you this, man. Let's get to the game. What are your keys to the game or your key players from offense and defense? Like what are your keys to the game?
oh, okay, I'm gonna start on the defense. First is the front. We have to continue to stop yes. Yeah, I put that up there for the fans right here. Let me show you real quick. Uh
Let
oh.
me see what you got. Let me see what you got.
You know what I'm saying? I had to put a little something up there. I had it back there. You know what I'm saying? Just a little something. But nah, for me, it always starts up front. So we have to continue to stop the run. The Bills been running the ball here lately pretty good. A mix in with Josh Allen. So we have to be solid up front. That's first. And then second with the defense, like we have to stay sticky on them receivers, because he like to extend plays and stuff like
Mm,
that. And then try to create turnovers. You always have to try to create turnovers on defense. On offense, it starts back up front again. The offensive line, we have to block their front. Their front is pretty good. They get after the
yeah.
quarterback, and then it's always, with me, it's always the key players. I know they gonna come. Kelsey, Tyreek, all these guys, Mahomes. You know what I'm saying? We hanging all our hats on. You know what I'm saying, on them to perform well. So, and then it's the turnovers. No turnovers.
Mm,
No turnovers, man. We can't lose the turnover battle. That's how you can't give them boys the extra possession. And they're thinking the same thing. Like, boy, we can't get
yep.
Kansas City, extra.
Yep.
So it's gonna come down to that key mistake.
And I was just about to say the same thing. Josh Allen got some tendency sometimes where he can turn the ball over too. So it's definitely both ways. And it's
Hmm.
whoever's going to take care of the ball the best probably going to win the game.
Yeah, and they got a couple big plays. You know what I'm saying? Like quick scores. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of hard to overcome when you're trying to come back and then you turn it over yourself and giving them short field. So I don't see us doing that. Everybody's still kind of hanging their hat off the early um unsuccessful plays that we had in the season. They're still holding that against the Chiefs, but you gotta look at the body of work you could just say the last 10 weeks. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And then against after Tennessee, the defense played better. They didn't score in the second half. And then, I know everybody else don't listen to the interviews and stuff like that, but the defense feels like after that loss, but after that game, they started to pick up. Then you start to see that like teams wasn't scoring, but 9 points a game. I don't care who you playing. I don't care
Right.
who you playing. There's teams in front. You can't just you got to pick Tampa. You got to play Tampa Bay every weekend, or you got to play the Rams. You can only play who's in front of you. And then they was beating them teams. So
This is
that's
going to
it,
be the
man.
hardest game to pick, in my opinion. Is Bills Chiefs, because man, the Bills, I think they numbers wise they have a better defense, but the Chiefs are at home and they two explosive offenses. Like, this is going to be a hard game to pick, and man, I look forward to it. You got a score for this game? What do you think? It's going to be a shootout or a defensive battle? What do you think?
You know what? I really haven't even broke it down. You know what I'm saying? I just looked at the injury report today. You know, to try to see who practiced. You know what I'm saying? Who all came? You know, who's all playing. So, I mean, my heart want to say we want to put up 40 or something on them. You know what I'm saying? 40-17. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like they just did them. But you know, being realistic, you know, I think we can score in the 30s because I think that's just what we about. That's what
Right.
Mahomes about around this time. So I'm gonna say like 34-27.
34-27.
I don't even really want to give him that much. That's just kind of that. But you know, as when the game going on, you know, we'll just see. I think we're gonna break them down. It might even be a closer game. We might score 27 and then them 23. You know what? I'm gonna go with that one. 27-23.
27-23
Yeah, yeah. I'm
Chiefs.
I'm gonna go with that one. Yeah, 27-23.
All right, he didn't give y'all a score. I'm gonna pick
Mhm.
mine. What they play Sunday,
Yeah, Sunday at 5:30.
Sunday, and I know we got to work, but I'm gonna get home, run
Oh,
home,
yeah,
and
yeah,
try to.
yeah. Everybody, you should be out right around that time. Yeah. So and then you know, so for both teams, it's gonna be real. It's gonna be real crucial because they already gonna know the outcome Saturday. You know, of the Titans and Bengals. So they
Right.
both gonna be like, hey, you know, we can host a. You know, if the Bengals win, they both can be like, hey, we can host a championship game at home.
Facts.
And if the Titans win, they know you're gonna have to go down to Tennessee to get to LA.
Right. 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 There it is. That brother gave you a score. Gave you. He might be a little biased because he's a Chiefs fan, but he gave you something to
Oh, yeah,
chew on.
I ain't about to sit up here. I mean, I don't care. I don't care if they had me at quarterback out there. You know what I'm saying? Hey, we gon' I just not gonna sit up here and just say we gonna lose.
Right. Right. Right.
Yeah, I
It's
ain't gonna
gonna
pick
be.
us to lose. But
It's
I
go.
ain't but I'm not saying that the Bills not a good opponent. And then you know they have the confidence to come in there because they did it. They did it in prime time. It was Sunday night football that came in there and did it. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
But like I
Yeah.
said, they have been upset by us in the championship game last year. So, like I said, they seasoned. They know what it takes to advance. So that's a dangerous team coming in. Very dangerous.
Big facts. There it is. I'm gonna give y'all my scriptures for the day. It's Proverbs 3, 5 and 6, and then Proverbs 20, 29 and 19. Everybody I know is getting ready. It's the new year, and a lot of people be like, oh, new year, new me, and they get their workouts on and all of this stuff. But me personally, it's like I wanted to get more in relationship with God, and I want Him to have a big input on what's going on in my life. So uh, it says, "Trust in the Lord with all your heart, lean not on your own understanding, and all your ways acknowledge Him, and He shall direct your path." So it's like with that scripture, man. It's like every decision I make, I want to acknowledge Him just to make sure it's in line, and if I'm doing something off, he can let me know not to do it. And then the second one says, if people can't see what God is doing, they stumble all over themselves. But when they attend to what He reveals, they are most blessed. Another version says, people perish for lack of knowledge. But this one is good because if you can't see what God is doing, they stumble all over. I want to know what God is doing. I want Him to let me know what's going on so I can be aware of what's going on. So for me, this new year in January, I want to make God a bigger part of my life, and acknowledge Him and ask Him and talk to Him, and hopefully He can direct some paths for me so I ain't gotta stumble all over myself and make bad mistakes. I want to make wise decisions. So hopefully that scripture do something for you. Why everybody getting a new year, new me, working out, getting your bodies right, get your spiritual game up too, and get in tune with the creator one time. So Mr. KC,
All right, brother.
appreciate you, my
It.
brother.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate you, my brother. Everybody, y'all remember, listen, if you have not subscribed to the YouTube, y'all head on over, subscribe to the YouTube, follow, like, and review our Facebook page. Follow us on Instagram, on TikTok. We always got merch. Y'all see the orange. This is the orange shirt, but we got hoodies, any color. You want to match with your kicks of the day, all that good stuff. And if you know somebody that got a business and they want to advertise, tell them to message me. We can make that happen on the show. We promoting businesses around here. Mr. KC, I look forward to I'll probably text you during the game, man.
Oh yeah, you know it. You know I ain't gonna shy away from that. You know what I'm saying?
That's what's up. So we better get up out of here.
And real quick, it's been payback for a lot of them analysts too. I've been listening to all of them, you know what I'm saying, talking about the Chiefs, and now they slowly, surely like, oh, wait a minute. Hey, Kansas City's back in now. They back on them. But you know, that's their job, man. That's their job to, you know what I'm saying, be controversial, you know what I'm saying, on TV. They can't just always be positive, with you, because then that ain't gonna get no ratings.
Right. A lot of people was like, oh man, they not the same. Something is off, this, that, and the other. They look like they made some adjustments, and now they back being explosive.
Yeah, yeah. Everybody just live in the moment. You know what I'm saying? They it's a like, it ain't a sprint, it's a marathon. You know what I'm saying? So we right here, baby. Now you got to go get money. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. Divisional round. We're gonna catch up with y'all. We are out of here. See y'all next Tuesday for sure. Probably on Saturday or Sunday for wild card game. I mean them divisional games too. I'll holler at y'all.
All right, peace. Brother. Let's go, Chief.
We lock and load, Allen Pants.